let's make a cloche. Things you're going to need are some cutting tools, some wire, and some tent poles that are used. You will need a good number of them depending on how many you're trying to make and whether you're making a 3-sided pyramid or a 4-sided pyramid like I do. And then you're also going to need some sort of wire for the exterior and tape to just kind of secure these. You don't necessarily need the tape. The tape kind of makes it look a little tacky, honestly. And in the Arizona heat, the tape melts pretty quickly. But once you get the wire on top of the cloche, it should hold itself together nicely. All right, let's get going. Items together is cutting a whole bunch of sections of wire. You're going to need basically 2 per pole that connects into itself and to another. So you'll see what I'm doing when I get going here. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing with these. I'm recycling these 10 poles. There's a whole bunch of 10 that were here on the property that were unfortunately not usable. All the elastics on these were broken or degraded, and the tents themselves were chewed out by the pack rats. So I have 2 more piles here that I can do to create more of these. That one, unfortunately, only has 7, so I need to find one more plant that's the same size. There might be one around. I have a couple spares, but I tried a 3 one to show you kind of how it looks. These are a little bit, these are the fatty ones, and these are the tall ones. So let me show you what I'm doing here. Alright, so put in a couple wires here, so you can see. So that will allow us to connect another pole onto here and to create this angle here. This is basically a 90-degree angle. Okay. See if we can do this without dropping everything. This camera. Those 2 bands are in. Switch this down, and they're all together here. And then I use a little bit of tape just to make sure that it's not going to go out. Yeah, just so you can kind of see it. And once I get all these together, then I get the chicken wire or the rodent mesh, and we'll put these on all the sides. A little overlap beyond the actual bottom there, which we can then put some blocks around to secure the site on the spot to protect whatever plants that we're using. As you can see, I've got most of this one together now. You'll see that there's a bunch of wires here together. This allows it to be really flexible. But I put a piece of tape to connect these 2, and then these 2, and sometimes on the other side just to really secure it together. So I'll do that quickly. So you can just kind of see that I got one on that side, one on this side, this, to get those pieces together. And that just helps secure it and allows this bed chicken to be pretty flexible. So then I can start pulling these in. So kind of start to see pyramid shape. So over here, you know, I'm sorry, I got to figure out a new way of holding these cameras are getting. So we do that video with me. Setting it a little easier for myself. So yeah, you can get these bed chickens together, tighten these all up, and then duct tape these together just to secure it, and then we'll get the chicken wire on top of it. Right, so with my bolts here, I need 2 of the extra ones, and 3 of this a little bit littler. They have thicker poles, but they're a little bit shorter, and then one of this little teeny tiny one because I only had enough to do a small triangle type pyramid. Okay, want to get the mesh on them? I'll show you what those look like afterwards, and then set them up outside and show you how we repurpose these. Our family, big campers. My dad is especially on that side. And so there was a lot of these on the property. Plus, we had 2 tents that we brought with us, both of which were damaged beyond repair due to the sun. The sun is no joke down here. But yeah, we'll get these set up. This is going to protect stuff from the rabbits, hopefully a little bit from the horses and the cows. Well, then we'll see how it goes. I just want to take a minute and say thank you for watching the video. I hope that you enjoyed it and you found something useful in it. Please like and subscribe, and we'll check you out with the next one.